You know what, Trevon? I don't blame you for that look on your face, because it's the same one I had when I saw the headline. My eyes widened. My heart skipped. And then the shock hit. Trevon Diggs might actually be back by week 1. Yeah, let that sink in. What was once unthinkable, maybe November, maybe December, has now taken a dramatic turn. And this isn't wild speculation or blind optimism. Multiple reliable sources, including Clarence Hill Jr. and Calvin Watkins, are reporting the same thing. Diggs is pushing hard to be ready for the start of the season. Let's rewind for a second. Diggs suffered a brutal knee injury, the same knee where he tore his ACL back in 2023. Only this time, it wasn't just about the ligament. He underwent a condyle tissue graft, a serious procedure that essentially tries to restore the cartilage in the knee. Why? Because the cartilage was gone. Just picture that. Bone grinding against bone every time you move. Now imagine trying to play cornerback like that. The sharp cuts, the back pedals, the explosive breaks on the ball. It's a position built on balance and burst, and Diggs had none of it while he was hurt. Most assumed he'd land on the PUP list to start the year. That would sideline him for at least the first 4 games. A safe bet, a conservative path. But Diggs, he's not built for safe. He's built for Sundays. The man is grinding to be back by week 1, and if he pulls this off, it would be a massive lift for the Dallas defense. Not just a boost, a jolt of lightning. This isn't just about one player healing fast. It's about heart. It's about hunger. It's about a star refusing to dim. Trevon Diggs is doing everything to get back on the field. And if he does, the Cowboys' secondary might go from good to elite. Let's be honest, nobody saw this coming. The idea that Trevon Diggs could suit up for week 1, that didn't even seem like a remote possibility a few weeks ago. But now here we are, staring down a question that's suddenly very real. If he's cleared, should he actually play? Because just being available doesn't mean it's the right call. We've seen this movie before. Diggs came back fast from that initial ACL tear, faster than most expected. He gutted it out, played through it, and kept showing up every Sunday. But here's the truth. He never really got a chance to truly heal. That knee, it never had time to rest, rebuild, or reset. He re-aggravated the injury early and kept pushing through. Admirable? Absolutely. But smart? That's where the debate starts. And now, the stakes are higher than ever. If Diggs returns too soon, even if he looks like himself for a game or two, what's next? What happens after week 1 when that knee's been through 60 minutes of NFL speed punishment? Does it blow up with swelling? Does it start barking after every practice? Is he managing pain every single week just to suit up? This isn't a normal knee anymore. It's a knee without cartilage, a joint that's already fought a war and might still be losing battles behind the scenes. So Cowboys Nation has to ask, do you roll the dice in September or wait and keep your shutdown corner fresh for the long haul? Because let's not pretend like this team hasn't been preparing for a future without him. Look around. They drafted Savion Redwell. They traded for Kaiir Elam. And Darren Bland is already a rising star. Maybe Diggs feels that pressure. Maybe he senses that the Cowboys are building a secondary that could eventually move on. Maybe that's part of what's fueling this comeback push. And while it's powerful to see his fire, his urgency, his refusal to sit on the sideline, it's also risky. The heart says, put him in. The brain says, wait, heal. Don't rush greatness. Because we all want to see Trevon Diggs be Trevon Diggs. Not just for one game, but for the full season. And let's not forget, the competition in that cornerback room is heating up fast. You've got Israel Mukwamu waiting for his shot, Kalon Barnes ready to make a case, and then there's Kaiir Elam and Savion Redwell. 2 players with first-round level talent. It doesn't take much imagination to see how this could play out. If Elam and Redwell perform the way their scouting reports say they should, someone's going to be the odd man out. Is that part of why Diggs is pushing so hard to get back now? Is he looking over his shoulder, sensing the urgency, knowing how quickly things change in the NFL? This league doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down. Jobs get taken, reps get lost, roles disappear. And yet, through all of that, you've got to respect the fight in Trevon Diggs. He's not mailing it in. He's not coasting through rehab. He's battling, trying to get back not just for the team, but for himself. Because here's the truth fans don't always see. Behind every injury is a human being trying to walk without pain, trying to sleep without swelling, trying to get out of bed without a knee that feels like it's on fire. This isn't just about snaps and tackles. It's about quality of life. And you've got to hope that whatever happens next, Diggs makes a full recovery. Not just as a Cowboy, but as a person. Still, there's real concern here. It's easy to celebrate the comeback. It's exciting to dream of Diggs returning just in time to lock down receivers in Week 1. But what if this is short-term hype with long-term risk? What if a few good games now cost him years down the road? You've already got a young, talented cornerback group that can hold the line while he heals. Even if the Cowboys don't make another move, they've got enough firepower in that room to weather a few weeks without him. Don't rush this. Don't gamble a career on a September headline, because we're not just talking about a strain or a tweak. We're talking about a knee with no cartilage, bone grinding on bone, a joint that's already been surgically altered just to function. The kind of injury that doesn't just change the game, it can change your future. So yes, Trevon Diggs coming back would be electric. But if there's ever a time to think long term, it's now. Let the young guys hold it down, and let 7 get right. Because a fully healthy Diggs in November, that could be the difference between a playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. Let's be real. Nobody expected this. Not this fast. Not this soon. Not with the severity of the injury Trevon Diggs went through. But here we are. And if he truly is close to returning, that changes everything. No need to hit the panic button. No need to go chasing veterans on the trade block. The whispers about Jair Alexander or any other emergency signings, they go quiet. Because if Diggs is back, even at 80%, you're still talking about one of the most gifted corners in football. And the Cowboys can bet on their own guy, their own warrior, instead of gambling on someone outside the system. Still, this whole thing is surreal. The fact that Diggs himself has talked about Week 1 as a possibility, that tells you something. It tells you he believes it's more than just a dream. He wouldn't say it out loud if he didn't think it was realistic. And now, like it or not, we've got a timeline, an unofficial countdown. Now fans are watching, teammates are watching, coaches are watching. This story is alive. But here's the reality. The heart wants to see him back, but the body has to cooperate. No matter how strong your will is, bones don't lie, tendons don't bend to emotion, and a knee that's been reconstructed twice, it doesn't care about optimism. We're not questioning Diggs's desire. Never that. We're just being honest about the toll this game takes. Every cut, every plant, every break on a route, it all adds up. And when you've been through what Diggs has, even walking without pain is a victory. So whatever happens, whether he suits up Week 1 or waits until later, we salute him. We honor the fight. We hope for a full, strong recovery, not just for football, but for life after football, because he deserves that. At the end of the day, this isn't about criticism. It's about truth. And the truth is this: Trevon Diggs is built different. But even the toughest athletes have to respect the limits of the human body. So yeah, we're still them boys. But today, we're also just people who want to see a great player heal right.